What's up, guys, and welcome to my review for Disney Pixar's Soul. This was just released on Disney Plus today, and I just finished watching it. This is directed by Pete Docter, who's also directed other Pixar favorites, such as Monsters, Inc., Up, and Inside Out. And here he is directing another film that will probably be ranked in one of the top 10 Pixar movies. The story of this movie is basically, if you've seen the trailers, I won't give away too much here, but if you've seen the trailers, Joe Gardner is a musician. He takes one wrong step and now is on the brink of death, really. And well, what does he do? He escapes his fate, basically. Meets up with a soul that he has to now mentor to get a body of her own. This soul is played by Tina Fey. Soul 22 is the character's name, and they just yeah, that's all I can really say because the trailers they don't show anything. Like if you watch this movie for like the first 15 minutes, okay, it's kind of what you expected, but then something happens and maybe 20, 30 minutes into it, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What just happened here? And am I going to like this? Because it could have played on the two kitty side. If you remember in Disney Pixar's Brave, when the mother turns into a bear, that didn't really work for me completely because it was just a little too. The movie just took a total turn. But this, it doesn't veer off completely. It could have when a certain thing happens, but it didn't. And I still continue to go with it. Really liked where the story was going. It takes certain twists and turns. You don't always expect what's going to happen next. And I like that. Pixar is really good with their originality and still making it compelling. And they were able to do that. Certain things towards the end of the film, I wouldn't necessarily say don't work for me, but maybe a little questionable. I can't really get into too much of that here, but I have to watch this a second time because it's almost like a lot to take in. This is one of Pixar's most mature films. There's a lot of stuff that is going to go totally over kids' heads. And for someone like me watching this, trying to retain all this stuff and ideas that they're kind of throwing at us, it's really like, wow, this kind of makes me think about things in a different way. I wish we were able to maybe see just a little more of a certain thing towards the end of the film. When it wraps up, it is satisfying, but I kind of wish we were able to see like an epilogue where so and so something happens. I can't really say because it would be a spoiler. But overall, this is a very entertaining movie with a really good score and a really good screenplay. I don't think I like this as much as Inside Out. That's the most recent Pete Docter film that he's done for Pixar. It's kind of similar. Instead of dealing with your emotions, you're dealing with your actual spirit and your actual soul and what makes you you. They kind of take it a whole step further. And it does work to kind of tackle subject matter like this, especially in an animated film. It does work. And the animation here is some of the best animation that Pixar has ever done. There's a bit in the beginning of the film, within the first 10 minutes, that you see Joe Gardner playing the piano, and it almost looked like real hands to me for a second there, and then the camera panned, and you can kind of tell that it's an animated face because they're a lot longer. Some people's faces are a lot wider. It's just a more stylized, and I think that's something that Pixar really does really well, is animating characters. Like each of their films, the animated humans look slightly different. Maybe in like the Toy Story films, they look more realistic. In a movie like Up, their faces don't, they look a little more animated. Inside Out, they look a little more realistic. In this case, they do look like realistic, but at the same time, you could tell it's animation. It's really, cool to see and to watch, and just to see what they're doing with this crazy animation and how it's going to be in like 5 years' time. The backgrounds look absolutely fantastic. It looks It looks real. A lot of it does look photorealistic, especially when you're not in this great before area, which is, of course, very animated. But when you're in the cities and everything, and you're seeing all of this stuff that you're used to seeing in real life, it is really surprising. So I won't go as far as to give this movie 5 out of 5 because I do have to watch it again just to see how certain things work for me a little more towards the end of the film. But I am going to give Soul 4.5 out of 5. One of the best movies of the year for sure. I just signed up for HBO Max. I have a 14-day free trial, and then obviously I'll have to pay whatever, it's 15 a month or something. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I do plan on watching Wonder Woman 1984 shortly after this video goes up. So if I don't review that tonight, I'll be doing that tomorrow. Some other things you guys could look forward to on this channel is the top 10 best 4K Blu-rays of 2020 and a top 10 worst movies of 2020. No best list yet. I'm going to wait until I see a couple other things, so that might not be here for another month or two. So we will see. Yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. It's been great. And until next time, over and out.